said you were ready. We're ready. We're here to do a Super Bowl recap.
Yeah.
And somebody is going to be super annoying to the point that I think 3 podcast mates almost did not want to show up to this podcast. If you've been listening, I think you can tell who it is, and he's already laughing. So this is the Chasing Points podcast, episode 201. We have now crossed the new threshold. It's February 10th. We are the day after the Super Bowl. A lot to catch up on there. Harrison has a surprise for us, apparently. We will give you our last and final standings from the playoffs. And then we have some other news to talk about when it comes to football, some honors, all that other jazz. And then we got seemingly a lot for the NBA trade deadline. We got some baseball, and we also have the Winter Olympics. So first and foremost, gentlemen, how are you doing?
I couldn't be better, guys.
When I meant gentlemen, I meant Brendan and Sam. You're not a gentleman, so
I'm going to start anyway.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I just couldn't be better. I'm happy to be here with you guys. I playoff Harry. I couldn't have mapped this out any better for myself, really. And just really excited to join you guys today on the pod to talk about, Super Bowl champion Jason Myers, the Seattle Seahawks, the death of the Patriots, all of the above. So I'm happy. Great vibes all around. I hope you guys are happy too.
So Sam, when you've championed Harrison when he's had his rankings during the regular season,
yeah,
and you were like, it's not that bad. This is why I did what I did, because I know Harrison, and this is coming. Anytime he gets a win, this is coming. So please understand for the future that this is why I do what I do. Okay, because this is Harrison.
I'm a horrible winner.
I believe he said that Jason Myers was going to break a Super Bowl record.
He
did say that.
He did,
and he should have.
I should have bet it too. Honestly,
could you have bet?
When you said it is so outlandish, yeah. I should have bet it, and I'm sure I would have won a lot of money just betting it.
A lot. You would have won a lot.
And to be fair, he should have been MVP, but we'll get into that. I want to know how Brendan and Sam are doing before we get into this, because I do want to obviously break this down with you and give you your time to have all the glory, Harrison.
Thank you.
Yeah. Brendan, Sam.
I'm good. I just want to hear Harrison's take here.
Okay.
I just want to, on behalf of all Jet fans everywhere, congratulations, Sam. Yeah. We love you. We're very proud of you. And Hayes, we never gave up on Sam Darnold.
We didn't.
There you go. He's Super Bowl champion. We didn't. So.
If this, just in case anybody is wondering why I'm wearing Jets jersey, it's because 2 Jets, former Jets, won the Super Bowl yesterday. So I don't actually have their jerseys, so the GOAT will do. Harrison, the floor is yours to start this Super Bowl recap and share your takeaways from this game.
Yeah, it was obviously, we were talking last night. If I didn't have any stake in the game, probably one of the more boring or worst Super Bowls in recent memory. Although I've kind of come around on that, and I don't know, it's really hard for me to separate, the obviously having a player that, I was a classmate with, which is pretty cool, be the kicker on a Super Bowl champion team. And then just all the social media around it and people having fun and making fun of different things. And then Bad Bunny halftime and everything about it was just kind of fun, aside from the play on the field, other than the Seahawks defense. The Seahawks defense was lights out. And really fun to watch, if you're kind of a fan of that. The Patriots look completely overmatched, but that's what's going to happen when you're able to just rush forward. You look just like last year in that sense, where the Chiefs just couldn't get anything going and the Patriots couldn't get anything going here. Patrick Mahomes was able to make a few plays just because of his veteran nature and who he is, but Drake May just did not seem ready for this moment. The line was not ready for this moment, and the Seahawks just kind of feasted and really just ran away and hid. There was obviously a moment in the time in the game when it was 20 or 19-7, where you thought, maybe the Patriots could, do something incredible and make a little run. They had a little bit of momentum, but Drake May kind of just threw that away over the middle. But yeah, overall, just the game wise, probably one of the more forgettable ones will be for a lot of people. But I can't obviously remove kind of my biases towards what happened, but that's just my initial takeaway.
I first want to say, I know that's kind of been I got the same text message last year. Oh, this is a boring game to watch. And I got that text message again this year. If you love football, you love all aspects of it. And there's a defensive portion of the game that if there is a powerhouse on defense, they're going to dominate. And if they have the right game plan, they're going to do this. The one thing that they dominated was the rookie Will Campbell, who they had at guard, he does not need to be there. And the Seahawks knew he was going to be there and took absolute advantage of him being there. That is one of the things right there. One of a big call out for the Patriots, which you saw throughout the playoffs, if you paid attention, they kind of restricted Drake May. Josh McDaniels did not allow him to really let it loose. And I know with most times you don't necessarily need that to happen when you have a good team around you, but this is the last game of the year, right? I understand they didn't want the young man to throw them out of the game. And I know we've talked about that on many occasions. But one of the major parts of Drake May's game is him running. And he didn't do that really until the second half. And I think that was also something that took away from what the Patriots could have done. I felt they were playing a little conservative, but also I believe you have to play that way when you know that you have that defense on the other end. Prime example, two safeties on that. Sometimes you know who the strongest safety is, so you tend to move to the other side of the field. With those two safeties, that tandem, it doesn't matter where you go in the field. You don't know where the blitz is coming from because they both can blitz. You don't know where they're going to play the coverage because they can play coverage very, very well. So it makes it very, very hard. Also with that defensive line. Actually, there was former Jets that won a Super Bowl. Just thought about that right now.
Sam Darnold, Jason
Leonard
Myers.
Williams, and Leonard Williams.
Okay, yeah.
3 Jets, former Jets. Okay. Anyway.
Big cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that was something. Obviously, Sam Darnold was not the greatest in the game either. Shout out to Kenneth Walker. I don't know if you guys saw the story. This was his father's first game that he ever came to, and it just so happened to be in the Super Bowl. So shout out to him on that one. It wasn't exciting in that sense, but it was still a good football game in my opinion.
I think strategically it was interesting too. Like, I don't blame the Patriots for playing more conservative because even it was 9-0 at half and, they weren't moving the ball at all. And definitely, at some point you want to change up your game plan, but there never was like truly a moment where it's like, oh, we have to go for it on fourth this time, or we need to, set up third down to go for it on fourth, because they were never really out of it until
they were.
Until late in the third, and until you got the sack, strip fumble, and then the interception, and it was like, oh shoot, we are completely out of it now. So I don't blame them for the game plan early. I think first quarter was a lot of feeling out, and even in the second quarter, it was still like, hey, we're only 6-0 down, and it's a touchdown away. So. Yeah, kind of the flow of the game was really interesting, and all Super Bowls too. Like, the flow is always different than a regular game because of the long halftime and the quarters seem longer and everything just seems longer. But truly, once the Seahawks had like a haymaker and it was just over right then and there. So I don't know. I'm sure they'd want a lot of things back, but it was a confusing first half.
I do want to ask this question, and maybe this happened and I didn't see it. Did we ever find out what time Brendan went to bed?
It was before the game finished, so yeah. Chelsea watched the whole thing, but I was like, "This is I'm done." After the pick in the fourth quarter, I just game's over. Yeah, I mean, as they always say, right? Games are won and lost in the trenches, and case in point was yesterday, and Will Campbell, man, tough night for him. He allowed 14 pressures, QB pressures, only 14. Most allowed by a player in a single game this season, including the playoffs. So, tough day for him. And the Seahawks defense just dominated. I mean, held the Pats scoreless until the fourth quarter. Drake May just looked completely lost, and can't really blame him when he's under pressure. Basically, every other drop back. Yep. So, hats off to the Seahawks. Kenneth Walker III, first running back to win Super Bowl MVP since Terrell Davis in '98. So 28 years ago. Shout out to him. Yeah, TD.
It's a long time.
That is. So yeah, like I said, it wasn't the most. It definitely was not an offensive game, but to your point, Hayes, I mean, it was good football. It was a clean game as well. Not a lot of penalties, at least in the first half.
God.
Not a lot of turnovers in the first half. So then second half came along and things kind of got a little wild. But hats off to the Seahawks, man. And hats off to Sam Darnold, too. I mean, he did not have his best game. He was also under duress quite a bit last night, but found a way to evade it and make a play. And I think that was also, a difference maker. So yeah, I'm happy for Sam Darnold. And
just that
somewhat Sam Fodder, too. Yeah.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. You got it.
No controversial calls either. Like nothing. It was just truly clean. It was just like, this team is better.
Well, except for when Stephon Diggs got punched in the face.
Yeah,
that one might have been a little controversial.
Some say he deserves that.
Well, I think they just
some would say that.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
That it's funny because the thing with Will Campbell, and he went 4th overall, I think, was he's really a guard, but we'll play him at left tackle, and we saw that maybe New England's in need of a left tackle now, but probably kick him inside. But yeah, that rough night overall.
Didn't he during his draft night? Didn't he say that he'll die protecting his quarterback? I could have sworn he said something like that.
Sounds familiar. Yeah, there were. I don't know exactly what the quotes were, but he said some things like that.
Okay.
He tried.
Go ahead,
for
Sam.
effort.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I mean, they're also super young, and I wouldn't write them off yet. I wouldn't write May off yet. This is the first defense they've seen. Like they've seen the Texans and this defense in the last 4 months that are anything worth anything. So it's kind of, you get hit in the mouth and you're like, I haven't seen this before. And the Texans game, they didn't look great either. So it's like kind of predictable in that sense where they just, we talked about the schedule all year and people will talk about the schedule for the rest of the off season, but it hurt them. It definitely hurt them where they just were not exposed to any type of competition, defensive competition, throughout the year. So it is what it is.
The quote is, I'm going to fight and die to protect him with everything I've got.
Well, it wasn't enough.
That's everything he's got. I don't know.
Kick him inside and maybe let someone else try.
Yeah.
I think part of it too, and from a Patriots standpoint, Diggs coming off did he tear his ACL last year or was it the year before in Houston? Regardless, he's clearly not. I mean, he's had a pretty good season, a nice comeback season, but he's not prime Stephon Diggs, and there's really not a lot of offense there. And the most explosive player on that team offensively, aside from what Drake May can do on the ground and in the air, is Travion Henderson. And this team, aside from when Ramondre was hurt, just kind of kept Travion locked up all season, aside from when Ramondre was hurt. And when there was a player that could kind of provide that kind of jolt, I mean, I think he had 4 runs over 50 yards this year or something ridiculous like that. They run him inside too much when they could just pop him outside and get these big explosive plays. I understand that front 7 from Seattle is tough. But this team inconsistently was not able to score points. And I thought the QB play, regardless, I don't know if we said it, was going to be tough overall, especially not consistent. But the better team won. And I'm sure the Patriots will be back, and they're coached well, and it seems like everything, learning experience. We've seen it before, but the Seahawks too shifted and near the end of the season to let's protect the football and run, and they did that after week 14 or 15, and unfortunately Charbonnet went down, but Sam didn't play great, but he didn't make any mistakes. He didn't turn the ball over, and Ken Walker did enough to to get him a win. So masterclass in defense, though. Yeah, go ahead, man.
I just want to throw kudos to the MVP, Matt Stafford. He was the only one all year that was even able to figure out the Seahawks defense just a little bit. I mean, last the NFC Championship, they had over 400, and then we had that classic Thursday night game against Seahawks and Rams as well, and it was really kind of just a cherry on top, or validation for Matt Stafford as the MVP, because of how good we've seen this Seahawks defense be this year, and especially last night as we crowned him.
I think my friend brought up, as he likes to, he's a Jets fan and he hates Geno Smith, has always hated Geno Smith. And he brought up the fact that, okay, Geno's gone from the Seahawks. They go win the Super Bowl. And Raiders. Now Geno's on the Raiders, and they have the first pick, new head coach, and very likely a new starting quarterback. So I just think that contrast is very is funny. And it sounded like if Geno wanted to come back to Seattle, he could have, and it just didn't work out. So, just happy moment. This team's built so well. I mean, you look at that defense, there's a lot of high picks, especially on that defense, but they've all hit. Just from the safeties to, I mean, even Tariq Woolen was like a 5th round pick. I mean, the front 7 line, I mean, JSN was a steal. What do you go, 20th overall? John Schneider and team there deserve a lot of credit. This team was, built the same way the last one was, right? The last dynasty or championship era team that the Seahawks had, Yeah,
even the midseason trade for Shaheed, getting a complete burner and game changer on the outside. He may not have no one really had the production yesterday, but you're still, taking up a lot of space and taking up a lot of attention. So, yeah, they were built just very, very well.
Diggs, to go back to recap for Sam, Diggs tore his ACL October 2024. And also, did you guys see, since the Seahawks essentially got their lick back, did you see the commercial with Marshawn Lynch?
No.
You should 100%
okay.
watch the commercial with Marshawn Lynch as he's sipping tea and basically it flat out says that we got our lick back. So it's comedy, but please take some time to look at that for sure, gentlemen. So before we move off of this and Harrison gloats a little bit more, Bad Bunny performed, and it is now the biggest and most viewed Super Bowl performance ever. Second would be K-Dot. Third would be Michael Jackson. I think after that is, I forgot who after that is, but I know Katy Perry is 5th. Rihanna, and then Katy Perry.
The Shark.
So those are top 5 for views. What is your guys' thoughts? Did you tap your foot? Did you get up full blown dance? Any songs that you knew? Any songs that you didn't know? Well, I'd like to hear it all.
I mean, I'm sure you guys were tuned into the All American halftime show instead, but I'll give you the recap of Bad Bunny in case you missed it.
Oh, okay.
Don't ever say that again. Please.
Never.
Oh man. Sorry.
God.
I had to. Yeah, I mean, it was entertaining. Like we were saying in our group chat, it was a good vibe. It was energetic. The set was insane. It was the entire length of the field, and so that was cool. I don't know any of his songs, any of his music. Obviously, it was all in Spanish, so I didn't really know what the message was or what he was singing. But I appreciate the entertainment value in it. So
yeah,
I'll leave it at that.
I love that the trees were real people. I didn't know that until the behind the scenes footage comes in and they're just like walking in as trees. I thought that was awesome. But yeah, the set was amazing. I don't know any Bad Bunny songs either. I didn't know one song. I joked last night, the first time I heard of Bad Bunny was in Happy Gilmore 2 when he was the caddy. I was like, who is that?
Great performance, by the way.
Someone said Bad Bunny, and I'm like, oh, I didn't think that's what Bad Bunny would look like. But no, it was awesome. The vibe was so good. Even not knowing any of the songs, just like the energy was just palatable, and like you could kind of feel, it was just a good time. I love the part where, he taps the little kid that's sleeping in the party. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely like a Latin party right there. Like I've been to one of those and it's like, oh yeah, there's just some kids sleeping in the corner while this is all
100%. That's not false.
But then looking back and seeing all the cameos and stuff like that, and getting Ricky Martin out there, I was like, oh shit, it's Ricky Martin. But it was just a good time. And then, the ending when he's kind of, running off the field it was awesome. It was really, really good. Definitely one of the more memorable ones for me, honestly, just because I didn't know much about it, but just to see obviously the, political climate and everything going on in this country, see how impactful it was, and just kind of, have a good time and love each other was a good message, and one that I think resonated even if you don't understand, the language.
So I'll pick up right there because that's where I was going to start. Is you don't need to know what words are being said. 100%. We've all grown up with music in our hearts, and we have our favorite bands or artists that we share with each other, and we might not that might not be our genre, but it's a way that we communicate. Music is the international language, no matter if you know what it is or isn't. Prime example, never in my life did I think I was going to go to a Plain White T's Fall Out Boy Gym Class Hero concert, but I went with Brendan. Brendan introduced me to Fall Out Boy, went there and did that, right? We also vibed off of Linkin Park again, right? But then I also have music that I've shared with Brendan, like Kid Cudi, Wale, early stuff, right? And it's stuff that you end up sharing with. Harrison and I always joke about J. Cole, because Harrison has a love-hate relationship with J. Cole. That's a lot to unpack, but I understand where he's at, right? But it's conversations that we have off of that. Sam and I, going back to when we were in high school, around high school, morning of, conversations like that. These are people and places and things you guys can look up these artists if you like to, right? What I'm saying is it doesn't matter. If it gets you to move, that is the point of it, right? That's the point of it. You don't have to understand it. That's number one. Number two, the symbolism that ran throughout that whole entire set. It was talking about Puerto Rico. So if you saw when he was standing there amongst the field when he had the Puerto Rican flag, if you paid attention to the color of the Puerto Rican flag, it was the original light blue. They've changed that, which has a lot of meaning behind why that was changed and whatnot. The power, when they came down from the light poles, it was talking about their power grid system that happened since they've been colonized, right? That was an actual wedding that happened during the damn performance, like a legit wedding. The message on the ball of basically us being all together, him talking to all Latin communities and telling them to come together. Again, seeing people talk about how he's not American when you can just easily look and see where Puerto Rico is and what they are to America because they are a part of America. So that would mean he's American. It's just entertaining. It's interesting, entertaining, and it opens eyes. And that's what a performance is supposed to do. It's supposed to get you talking. It's supposed to get you to see things differently. It's supposed to, at times, even get you out of your comfort zone. And I enjoyed it because I enjoy his music. I've listened to his music for quite some time. So salutes to him.
I think also like all of the performances were great. Like even Green Day pregame, I haven't heard from them in a long time. Had no idea who the anthem singer was. He killed it. It was just, and then, we were talking even, just the whole vibe of having an outdoor Super Bowl in Northern California and just everything about it. We should have gotten a better football game, but I'm not mad at what we got. It was a good watch for me, even, despite what the score was.
Yep. Sam?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I only saw the halftime show live. I haven't gone back and watched it, but the symbolism, the storytelling, it's beautiful. I mean, it was just a kind of just a snapshot of what America is,
should be.
Yes.
Should be. Yes.
Yeah.
Should be.
Or what it, a lot of it, right? It can be, there. I thought it was great. And again, art is art,
Yes.
Yeah.
Beauty and
yes.
the eye beholder, all of that. To quote Gym Class Heroes, art is art, only the real can truly feel it. So to bring that full circle there.
Well played. Well played. Yeah. Good job.
What up,
Good
Travis?
job.
What up?
Yes.
Yes. Travi.
Yeah, no, it was a great show. I look forward to kind of watching it again, and yeah, the vibes are good.
Same. Yeah. I did have a older person talking to me while the performance is happening because I know he didn't understand what was going on, and I just kind of wanted just to watch it. And I said, okay, just watching on my own time again.
Speaking of older people, my dad I text my dad. I was like, Maris, we're leading the Super Bowl, and he says, the Super Bowl's on, and I said, yes. He said, when did it start? I was like, yes. it was just. I'm like, do you live under a rock, sir? He said, yeah, I do. I was like, okay. It explains it.
Must be this. I just can't. Yeah. Shout out to Papa Bakes.
I know. As much as we love this stuff and it's all encompassing for us, there are people out there that
just don't give a damn.
Don't give a damn.
Don't care.
Cool.
And I think too, just going back to the performance, like it's okay. Like myself, like I didn't understand it. I didn't, but I appreciated it, and I think that's the main thing. It's like don't view it with like blinders on, or like just automatically dismiss it as I can't understand this. I can't relate, so I'm just going to say it's trash.
Or start an alternate YouTube link channel with an alternate halftime show. Don't do that.
Yeah.
My name is Kid.
I did hear that particular performer didn't even remember his own lyrics as he was lip syncing it too.
I'm sure he was a few butt heavies in.
Yeah. I'm sure he was more than a few.
The contrast of all of that is like truly amazing. Like the message that Bad Bunny was sending with
the message of
the uproar, and like the message that one is like, man, you guys are just missing the boat.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to get it. Some don't want to get it. And it just is what it is.
Any favorite commercials? Because I'll tell you right now, I did not expect to start crying over Lay's potato chips.
Oh, that was
didn't see. Yeah, I saw commercials, and again, there were so many people talking in the volume.
Yeah, that's fair.
So low, I didn't hear what was going on, so I have to rewatch all the commercials.
Mine was the Bruce Arians, the relaxed tight ends.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one. I think that Toyota spot was really good too. Just saying.
Yeah, I wonder why you said that.
Yeah, the power belt one with the old red floor.
Wonder why Sam said
that was a good one.
As you get older, the ones with like kids and the storytelling, it really hits a lot harder, and I don't like it. Not at all. I'm not here for tears.
Like the Budweiser commercial.
So good.
Yeah.
I hate Budweiser.
King of beers.
Great commercials.
Man. Always great commercials. Yeah.
The only commercial I caught like a real glimpse of, but didn't hear anything, was the Dunkin' Donuts commercial where it had
that was a really good one.
All of like the classic people from like early '90s shows, and I saw Tom Brady, and I was like, "What is Tom Brady doing this?" And I was just like, "All right, I need to see what happened here." So
that was a good one. And
I was
not a Boston guy, but that was fun.
I understood the Bad Bunny performance better than I did that Dunkin' Donut commercial with the Boston.
That's funny.
The Boston nuances and accents, and
Two Americas.
Ben Affleck in a wig, and
I was so confused by that. They're playing off of what they've been doing for the past, like 3 Super Bowls with Ben Affleck doing that. They can give that up. It's not funny.
We get it. You're from Boston, and
yeah.
I like that.
Well, I guess speaking of giving it up, we got to give it up for Harrison for finishing the playoffs 10-3, where the rest of us finished 9-4. He beat us by 1. Woo!
I sure did.
Take your lap.
Go ahead. Sure. Take your lap. Don't forget, as soon as you're done taking your lap, I'm going to make sure I talk about the regular season standings again. So
look, the regular season is the regular season. We throw that out.
Yeah, I knew he was going to do that.
We are here for the playoffs. Like this is where, you truly make your money. This is where you make your mark as a legend.
No money.
No, I made my mark as a legend. And, we started going undefeated the first week. I'm just that guy when it comes to picking playoff games. So, congratulations to me. Sucks to be you guys. What else do you want me to say?
Again, to Sam and Brendan, when you hear me do what I do in the podcast, don't ever stop me because I'm preventing us from hearing this.
Oh, we know.
Okay.
We know.
Okay. Okay.
Ever since I was a child, I've been a horrible winner. Like I'm a way worse winner than I am loser. I can be gracious in defeat, but when in victory, I am not at all. I'm not at all.
And I've had to endure that my whole entire life, so this is fun.
That's why we don't play Monopoly in my house anymore.
I've been there.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Not with you personally, but I've been there.
This game.
But to be fair, Monopoly is also one of the longest games to play, and it's also a game that you have to know who you're playing the game with, and have to have your emotions in check because that will cause a divide very quickly.
Oh yeah,
I will wear you down. Yeah. I will beat you to sleep mentally.
I will let you know what Harrison didn't beat us in the regular season because he had 151 wins. So
throw it out.
Let's just put it that way. We'll not throw it out. Other NFL news, since we won't be talking about this much, it is shifting to basketball and baseball talks. World Cup coming up, and obviously currently Winter Olympics, which we'll talk about briefly. But Hall of Fame, we have Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Adam Vinatieri, Luke Kuechly, and Roger Craig. I don't know who Roger Craig is. I don't.
He's older.
Okay.
He's a running back for the Niners.
I know Sam is very, very happy because his quarterback is going in. I'm very, very happy for Larry Fitzgerald, who caused fits for my team multiple times in playoffs, but also love his story of how he was a ball boy for Randy Moss and the Vikings. And it was very, very cool to see him receive his introduction to it from Randy himself. Very, very cool. Adam Vinatieri, who literally haunted us for many, many years, all of us on this podcast. Luke Kuechly, one of the best linebackers I've ever seen in my life. I mean, very short and efficient career, I would say. Short and efficient
8 years,
career.
right?
So, yeah. Yep. In and out. That was it. So shout outs to him. The NFL honors. I don't know if you guys watched it. I didn't watch not 1 second of it. Okay, cool.
I watched it. It was
train wreck.
It was a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot.
It's like, this is the NFL's. I know the Super Bowl is, but like, this is your night. You've turned this into a production. It's like, let's have presenters on the stage that have at least heard of the people they're talking about.
Yeah.
We don't need to go into it, but there were a couple. Like, do you even know who X player is? But again,
yeah, that's why I don't watch
the greatest.
It, there's too much going
Stafford,
on.
though, that was a great moment. Like bringing his girls on the stage and stuff. That was awesome.
I saw that part on social and all that. That was cool.
I heard that he said that he'll see us next year, so he's confirming that he's basically coming back. So shout out to him for that. Offensive Player of the Year, JSN. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. Love that.
This one I didn't agree with. It should have been, or the rookie of the offensive rookie. I thought I thought he had a great year, but I thought Jackson Dart's numbers were better. I thought his impact was more. I guess Panthers made the playoffs, but I guess I could go either way. But I thought it should have been Dart.
That's Dart get one vote, right?
Yeah, one. I feel like that's
one
low.
Vote's a little. Said he felt a little disrespected, so that's good.
That's all right. That is
chip
good.
on his shoulder for
I was going to say that's good for him. He'll have a nice little chip.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel the same way about the defensive rookie of the year, Harrison?
I was fine with that one.
Yeah, he's been a beast all year.
Yeah.
Okay. Vrabel, coach of the year. McCaffrey, comeback player of the year. I feel like McCaffrey should be disqualified from that because he's like injured every other year, and he's just like, I'm just going to come back and win this one, you know?
He's the 49ers' whole offense all year, man. It was incredible.
I know.
Yeah,
incredible because everybody went down. Did I share the theory with you guys about the power plant that's close to it?
I shared that one.
No, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I guess
that's very interesting.
Yeah, if you guys didn't read, there's a power plant very close to the 49ers training facility that I guess somehow not aids, but causes more like muscle injuries. And they were obviously the most injured team all year. So it's just an interesting article.
Most years, yeah.
Yeah, it's just an interesting article about kind of the power waves and all that type of stuff locally. It was weird stuff.
Do better.
Hell of a conspiracy.
Yeah, be better. Maybe go practice on Alcatraz. You guys aren't too far from that. First time eligible for the 2027 Hall of Fame class. You got Gronk, Big Ben, AP, Sherm, Cam. I love the Scam Newton. And Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown, that'll be a fun one.
Yep.
Honestly, which I know if they've already got, Bill and Robert Kraft and not getting them in for his ballot, Antonio Brown, before he did
100%.
all of the stuff off the field, was arguably one of the best wide receivers to ever grace a football field.
Monster.
So I want people to understand, yes, we are a sports podcast, so I really, really want to talk about that part. But I also understand how you cannot detach all that has happened since and while he was playing. I mean, we can remember what happened when he was last on the field and what he did walking off, throwing his jersey off and blowing kisses to people, to only go on to have a rap career and then now is fighting trial for attempted murder. So,
he was an absolute monster on the field. He is now the CTE poster boy off it. Yeah. So it'll be an interesting conversation.
He played for a D3 school, right? D2 originally, if I remember correctly.
He was like a fifth-round pick, right?
Yeah. I'll check it right now.
I think all these guys are locks eventually. Cam Newton's probably.
I don't know about Cam.
I don't either. That's the only question mark I have. Like that one, I guess we'll see.
No, it was Central Michigan. He played with JJ Watt.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. There's that.
JJ Watt went to Central Michigan?
It looks like JJ Watt in that
thought
picture.
He went to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yeah. JJ Watt went to Wisconsin.
JJ Watt was his college teammate.
Oh, maybe he transferred.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Chippewas.
Yeah. Very, very, very interesting.
Yeah, he transferred. He did transfer, so he started at Central Michigan.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't either.
There you go.
That's fun.
Education.
The more you know.
So, any of these guys do you think are an immediate lock? I believe Gronk is right off rip.
I think AP should be.
I think I don't think AP is going to get in
first try.
Yeah, I think he's going to get in second try. Even though I remember what he did. He was an absolute monster. And I think actually out of this list, I think first try would be like Gronk, Big Ben, and AP. And I'd say like Sherm not right away. I could see Cam struggling to get into the Hall. I'm going to be honest about that.
Same.
I can see him struggling getting into the Hall because he had one really, really breakout season, and that was that Super Bowl season. And then all the other seasons were kind of like he was electric, but if you look at all the numbers, I don't do.
Once he fell apart,
I love Cam Newton, and I mean his post football career. I can't stand him, but
no, I love him.
I can't stand him, but what he did on the field, like he was an absolute monster. But it's just it was too inconsistent. And again, Antonio Brown, if the voters can get past what he has done off the field, and some on the field, I think he should be in right away. Honestly, for what he did on the field. I'm going to see his numbers because I want to see how they stack up.
I think only 5 modern, quote, modern day players get in, and or modern candidates. I don't know if that will include Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick. You have to imagine, especially, whatever happens with this, it's going to be an overcorrection, right? Bill's going to get in. Whether they change, sounds like they're going to audit the voting and like how it goes. So you just imagine if those two count as part of the 5, I could see Gronk and Ben getting in easily. Gronk the easiest, but I think Big Ben not only has the 2 Super Bowls like Eli, but he also has put up the numbers that Eli doesn't have. So I think probably see that, but again, don't know. I don't think Cam Newton, Antonio Brown. There were other people on here too, like Le'Veon Bell, great player. Like the high was really high and great, but just not a Hall of Fame career there.
Yeah. Antonio Brown is like comparing from the top. Jerry Rice with 22,000 yards total. Antonio Brown had 12,000, so ahead of him, he's at like 28th ranked. Ahead of him is Brandon Marshall, Devontae Adams, Art Monk, Irving Fryer, Travis Kelce, Jason Witten, Mike Evans, even though they're tight ends. Then you go up to like the upper tier. Like once we start getting like the number 1 through 10 is Jerry Rice, Larry Fitzgerald, T.O., Randy Moss. This is just yards wise. Isaac Bruce, Tony Gonzalez, Tim Brown, Steve Smith, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne. So he's very, very low in yardage wise. I would
Steve
love to
Smith
see
in yet?
how many. Steve Smith
No,
is a
right?
Hall of Famer, right? Or no?
I don't think he's in yet.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Antonio Brown's got a while. We can circle
He's
back.
gonna wait. Yep.
8 to 10 years.
Yeah. See you, bud. All right. Harrison has some power rankings for us.
I do. We are going to rank Jason Myers' field goals from yesterday.
Yes.
Yep. Starting at number 5. 9:12 left in the third quarter. 41-yard field goal. Good to put the Seahawks up 12-0. That's number 5. Number 4, we're going to go 11:16 left in the second quarter. 39-yard field goal to go up 6-0. So still the only points on the board by a Marist Red Fox in the Super Bowl. That's number 4. Number 3, we'll go with the first one. Basically put the game out of reach. So 39-yard field goal or 33-yard field goal with 12 minutes left in the first to go up 3-0. Number 2, we'll go with the one at the end of the halftime. So 41-yard field goal, put the game further out of reach. Basically kind of a death blow to the Patriots' chances. Going up 9-0 heading into halftime. And just basically a precursor to Bad Bunny. Just fireworks everywhere. And then number 1, we'll go with the record-breaking field goal, 5 for 5. The only kicker to ever do this in Super Bowl history, became the NFL's leading point scorer in a season. This field goal, 26 yards, 22-7, Seahawks. Night, go Birds. History.
With an exclamation point.
Yep.
To quote.
Marist points in the Super Bowl, 17. Alabama all time, 6.
That's
just so crazy to me.
that is one of the greatest stats I've ever seen.
It's so wild.
It doesn't make sense, but it's legit. Yeah, it's crazy.
I can't believe we just sat here through that.
Go for Marist, man.
Let's go.
So does Jason come back and bring the Lombardi to Marist?
I think so. I think we'll plan it out. It's been a little busy today, so I haven't been able to get in touch with him. But yeah, at some point, he's got to come back.
Is it like the cup where everyone gets it for a day?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah,
this uncharted territory.
We're not.
I remember Jay Ajayi brought the trophy all the way to a soccer match in Europe.
It's fire.
And brought it around his town.
Yeah,
Isaiah Rogers brought it around his town. I think they all get it at a point in time to bring it to their place.
That's awesome. Well, we're excited for it coming back to Poughkeepsie, Hudson Valley. Yeah, man. He's a great dude. Like, he's a good dude. It was cool to see. Insane to see. Surreal. Like, we're 12-0, and it's just all.
I know you've been giving Harrison shit for his records for years now, but like, he called this. It's beautiful.
No, he called this one. I can't say anything about it, which is why I'm just going to continue to shake my head. He called this one. But
I was 1,000%
the fact that he called this one, he's going to make sure that we know about this for years to come.
100%.
I'll be on. I was 1,000% joking and just saying, what if a kicker goes 5 for 5, and he's the Super Bowl MVP? He should have been Super Bowl MVP.
He should have been Super Bowl MVP. In my opinion, he should have been Super Bowl MVP.
Shout out Kenneth Walker. I mean, 134 yards. That's great, but 5 for 5 Super Bowl record, and you're the only points all the way up until the third quarter. I don't know, but yeah, I called it jokingly, and I'm just going to ride this one out for the rest of my life.
I want to point out that when the fourth quarter started, there was a promo from the NFL saying, go to NFL.com/whatever and vote for the MVP. So I did, because I wanted to see who it was. And then I started spamming Sam Darnold, even though I knew the numbers were like atrocious. But Jason Myers and there were no kickers or punters.
He wasn't allowed on there.
That wasn't on there. So if it is a fan vote, which I don't even know who I assume it's a fan vote, but like
20%, 20% goes to the fans.
Not even an option. Just
they added him super late. They added it very late, and then I was on there just clicking.
I didn't know that.
Clicking.
I would have done that too.
Yeah, no, just absolute bias against kickers. Kickers need love too. And honestly, the punter was a complete game changer for the Seahawks as well. They were literally inside their 10-yard line every time. Yeah. Almost every time. So
the punt returner on the Patriots was nowhere to be found on half of this. No. I know they're doing like max protect and all of that, but still, like,
special teams matter.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. So we got the NBA now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that time. We're back. We'll be hearing a couple of Knicks tapes from Brendan. Harrison will be telling us about somebody that you've never heard about before. I will be sulking about my Nets.
Bing bong.
And Sam will also be relishing with the Knicks. So the trade deadline recap we got here. Some of the ones that stood out. Harrison, I'm assuming you constructed this whole list?
I didn't, actually.
Oh, Sam did?
Hell yeah, I did it.
Shout out, Sam. Shout out to Sam.
We can just run through anything that pops out. Like, I didn't put all the details in here, but
these are mostly the ones. There wasn't a whole lot. Like I said when we talked last, it's like it's tougher now with the contracts. You really have to match up every dollar, so there's not a lot of wiggle room. So, but
we got James Harden to the Cavs, Darius Garland to the Clippers, JJJ, and others to the Jazz. Mr. Glass, for those that are just listening for the first time, that's Anthony Davis. Was traded to the Wizards, and he's out for the season, right, Harrison? Something like that.
I mean, he could come back, but he likely won't. Same with Trey. Like, I don't see Trey Young playing for the Wizards or Anthony Davis playing for the Wizards.
Listen, if I got traded to the Wizards, I'd be out for the season too. Pacers acquire Zubac from the Clippers. Porzingis to the Warriors. Kuminga and Buddy Hield to the Hawks. Nikola Vucevic to the Celtics for Anthony Simmons. He's moved around too much, and I know that's one of our favorites there, Harrison. I do have a question about this one. I'll actually switch this. You got Mr. Jose Alvarado to the Knicks from Pelicans. Yes. And Jarrett.
Yeah.
McCain.
Your boy.
Harrison, you feel that this has freed him up now and he's going to the defending champs, the Thunder. What do you feel about your boy?
Still need to see if he can come back from his injury. I mean, his knee still hasn't been right. He put on a lot of weight. He's a good shooter. Yeah, it definitely could free him up. I don't see a lot of minutes for him on the Thunder, so I'm not sure kind of where he goes from here, but it's a helpful piece for the Thunder, another shooter, and they just get better and better. And they have 7 million picks to throw away, so they have to like trade them. I mean, they can't even draft the amount of players that they have the amount of picks for. Like, you don't even have that many roster spots, so it's a good move for them.
Daryl Morey agreed too. Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, that was an ass comment.
Basically, his former GM just being like, "Yeah, we sold." Basically, paraphrasing, we sold high on Jared McCain.
Wow.
Ouch. Yeah, he's something. He's something.
Who is it? Daryl Morey still there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That says a lot there. Any trade that you were surprised did not happen?
I mean, obviously the Giannis one. I mean, there was so much buzz around it, and the Bucks decided to stand pat and just keep him. We'll see when he comes back this year. Where are they in the standings? They're 12th, so outside looking in. The Tankathon will be in absolute full force this year. There are 5 to 10 like very good draft picks coming out of college. We can talk about that later as we get closer to March Madness, but there's like a very clear top 5, and those guys are supposedly absolute game changers, one of the best draft classes we've had in a long time. So you're going to see a lot of those bottom teams like just continue to crater. Is why you won't see Anthony Davis or Trae Young play for the Wizards. And it's not good for the game. It's not good for the league, but sometimes, every once in a while you get a draft class coming along that could change it a little bit. So yeah, the one that stood out to me the most was the James Harden one. Cavs were kind of middling and going nowhere. So to be able to kind of get James Harden and, change the vibe a little bit. Reports coming out now that Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell did not like playing with each other at all. And it showed on the court this year, even though they had one of the best years they've ever had last year. But that should be interesting. I've watched, I think they played 2 games since that trade, and they just have a little different energy right now. So, and the East is relatively wide open, even though the Pistons are very good and the Knicks are right there. So we'll see if that turns it around a little bit for the Cavs, but everything else is just kind of moving things around. Simons gets a chance to kind of run the show with the Bulls, and they're not very good, so he'll put up a lot of points. Porzingis could help out the Warriors a little bit, but nothing else. Nothing's really moving the needle, to be honest.
You know what moved the needle? 71 to 68. What is that, Harrison?
This isn't on the rundown, Hayes.
71 to 68. Go Heels. Duke sucks.
They blew that game.
If you thought I was going to let you get through this whole podcast and get your little stuff off and think I wasn't going to get this off, you're out of your damn mind. You can suck it right along with Duke, okay? There you go, sir.
It was generally a good weekend, but that wasn't.
Except for that for you. I know. It was sucked. Okay. Poked a little hole in that balloon head of yours that was getting a little out of control there. So I'm glad that happened.
Can Blues are the first pick in the draft? Like right now?
No.
I know it's a really good class.
No, the Kansas kid. Peterson is. Peterson should be. That UNC freshman is really good. Really, really, really good. I don't love Cam Boozer. I think he's a bit of a tweener. not big enough to play down low, not athletic enough to play up top. So curious to see how he shapes out. But yeah, he was dominating the matchup early, but then UNC just got a nice little spark, and that was it.
Got nothing to say about that. Sam and Brendan, you want to spark this podcast with some baseball talk here?
Sure. Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
I'd love to. I was going to touch on the NBA moves, but Harrison, touched on all the points there. So good job.
Yeah, great job, Harrison.
Yep.
I just lead the way into baseball, which is where we're really here.
Baseball season, boys. We're here.
It is. Spring training starting this week. Yeah, just a few more moves here since our last episode. Tarek Skubal. One is arbitration hearing, setting a record, $32 million. I'm interested in seeing how this plays out towards the end of the season, assuming the Tigers are in contention throughout the entire season this year. I mean, Sam, there was just such a large gap between what the Tigers offered and Skubal's number.
What was it, 19 million? What did they offer? It was something bad.
Yeah. So I'm interested in seeing if this is kind of like does this sour the relationship between Skubal and the Tigers? Does this just kill any, potential for him returning? I mean, I'm sure the Dodgers are going to offer him something outrageous in next offseason, but what are your thoughts? Do you think that this can really impact the relationship?
Oh, I think it's, from all accounts, it's already toast, right? Like, now you're at the point where you can't just, you're a contending team. Did they win the Central last year? Yeah, didn't they go on like a crazy run or whatever? They need Tariq Skubal. They need him.
100%.
1-2 Cy Youngs. You're going to get into a really interesting point because he's more than likely, Scott Boras is his agent. You guys know him? He's not.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, they're not going to give him any favors here, the Tigers. And it sounds like trying to work out a long-term deal. Weren't they like $150 million apart or something like that?
I mean, I'm sure if they weren't willing to pony up for 1 year, I'm sure they're not going to do it over the course of a large contract. Yeah.
So you get to a point where August 3rd is the trade deadline now, and it's like, okay, well, if you're in contention, you can't dare trade Tariq Skubal, but you could get, a Juan Soto like return for him, even with just a couple months left of the season. Just based on how good he is. But we'll see. It's, they had enough money to sign Framber Valdez, so not quite the same, still a great pitcher, not quite Tariq Skubal, but hopefully he doesn't end up in the Dodgers. But Tigers kind of made this bed. And again, Boras isn't going to let him off the hook here, so it'll be interesting to see what the next 12 months look like. I don't know what you guys think, but
yeah, I mean, I'd be pretty chapped if I were Skubal. Like you said, back-to-back Cy Youngs, undoubtedly the best pitcher in the AL. Debate him or Skeens, but in all of baseball. But I mean, it's kind of a slap in the face, and Tigers also had an opportunity to up their offer or try to find some sort of middle ground, but clearly did not. So yeah, I mean, if I'm Skubal, I'm feeling a little pissed off.
Yeah, arbitration is the Tigers wrote down a number, the agent writes down a number, and again, they were off by such a wide amount that this case was over before it even started. And I know we made the jokes of like, if this was on pay-per-view, I would 100% buy this and watch this because I think arbitration is just so ridiculous. You go into a room and you're told how, worthless you are, when a team wants to be cheap. But, Tariq Skubal allegedly brought both of his Cy Youngs, but didn't have to take them out. Tim Lincecum did that once. Just A+ pettiness from Boras and Skubal here. But yeah, shame on the Tigers, man. Just shouldn't have gotten to this point.
Like if you're the Tigers, how do you defend your number, right? Like what flaws are you pointing to or shortcomings are you pointing to that, and you're trying to convince, the arbiters, this is why we can't go to 32. You know what I mean? Like there's just, there are no negatives that you can say about Tarek Skubal, who, like I said, just won back-to-back Cy Youngs. It's just crazy to me. But like I said, they made their bed. So I don't know if Framber is a pivot or kind of a security for when Skubal inevitably leaves, but that's a hell of a 1-2. Skubal and Framber, and then you got Jack Flaherty and Casey Mize and Job coming back. Probably towards the end of the season. So
Melton
too. Yep, he'll be in the rotation. So yeah, it's so we'll see. Tigers should be good. They came in second. Reese Olson too. Yeah, personal favorite. Came in second last year in the Central. Guardians went on that crazy run to close the season. Right. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, and then Paul Goldschmidt returning to the Yanks on a 1-year deal. So much for Ben Rice getting at bats against lefties, or maybe he goes behind the plate against lefties and Wells sits. Goldie plays first, but I like bringing him back. The veteran, leadership and clubhouse guy, and he was still good against lefties last year. So I don't hate the move, but man, when they said they weren't afraid to run it back with the same team, I guess they really weren't kidding, because it's pretty much identical to last year. So
I do love our rotation though. Once it gets to the summer,
once Cole comes back and Rodon, I'm telling him, like we said last week, Heel potentially moves to the pen, either a long man or comes out throwing 105. Who knows? And in short stints, Ryan Weathers could be moved to the bullpen too. So, I do like our depth this year. And Hayes' boy Clark Schmidt will be back at some point. Get that jersey ready, Hayes.
Don't you put that on me. Don't you put that on me. Don't you put that on me. My boy is a young man from Boston that said F Boston. That's my boy.
You could get a number 36 Clark Schmidt jersey, and if it doesn't work out, you could always just say it's a Coney jersey.
Exactly.
If you give me that jersey, because I know the intention behind it, I'm going to make sure I put that, wrap it around my tailpipe of my car and hope it catches on fire. That's what I'm going to do.
Disrespect to Cone.
Oh, no, disrespect to him. It's not who you're giving me it for. That's the disrespect.
All right.
Is there anyone on this Yankee team that, aside from Ryan Weathers, that wasn't on the playoff roster? I think that's it. They re-signed Rosario, Bellinger, Goldschmidt.
Running it back.
Legit running it back.
I hate this.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
But you know what I do love? Some curling. And some speed skating.
Hell yeah.
And some snowboarding.
The Winter
Olympics are here.
Yeah.
In full effect. For us living in the States, yes, they are like 6 to 7 hours ahead of us. So we're getting the recaps of most of the stuff, unless you're catching it at the tail end. Number one, I do want to champion one person starting off, Lindsey Vonn. After tearing her ACL, said, you know what, I'm still going to full send this. Went out there, gave it a go, and then broke her leg on her last go. And she flat out said, I've accomplished everything that I've already want to do. This is just now just to go out there and have fun. It's one of her favorite places to ski. Unfortunately, what a tremendous career that comes to an end there. But definitely wanted to give her love first and foremost. Now, going to my favorite sport during the Winter Olympics, curling, I've been locked in.
Yeah.
Watching the mix teams playing. I didn't realize that the mecca of curling in the United States is Duluth. You can get some good genes from there too, apparently. So, Cabo overall.
I don't know who's wearing Duluth jeans. I think the same people that wear Duluth jeans were tuned into the All-American halftime show last night.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know much about terminology of curling, but I do know that was a good stone. I just say that whenever something happens, I'm like, oh, that's a good stone.
I heard like you gotta like what is it? You gotta curve it. So basically, like just watching how they did it, they played like Slovenia or something like that, and they're number 2 in the nation, and just seeing how they were just sitting there and just wrote it, every single time, it captivates me. And then just watching speed skating. Is speed skating the one they're kind of like gradually just going to, and they're like relaxed as well? Or that's the other skating. That's the like distance skating. They look so laxed out there, and they're just like moving so quick, and they're just chilling. Seeing how these people are also the skiers. I forgot which one it was, but they were doing at like, I remember one point, one of them was like 85 miles per hour. I was like, this is absolutely insane. Crazy. They're doing this on skis. They're going faster than most cars go regularly. This is what's happening. Terrifying. And it's absolutely nuts to me to see that. But all in all, shout out to the women's hockey team, because I did see them for USA. They dominated. Enjoyed watching that. I'm enjoying my time watching the Olympics.
We're 5th in the medal count right now. We got 2 golds. So shout out Breezy Johnson, alpine skiing, and then the team figure skating. And figure skating's been great too. So
yes.
I love the Olympics, man.
I do.
It's great.
Same. Can we go back to Lindsey Vonn real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry, Harry. Good. And do your shout out.
I was just going to shout out our bobsled team for completely embarrassing themselves.
That was
a nightmare situation. Like just one man gets in, 3 others fall out. Just we've got the highs of the Olympics and we've got the lows, and there are no cool runnings.
Training montage for cool running where they could American bobsled team. Yeah, they couldn't figure out how this worked. Not our best moment as a country, but in the grand scheme of the news the last couple of weeks, doesn't even track.
No.
Shout out to my girl Desi Johnson. She's not from US. She's from Australia. Shout out to her.
Okay.
Shout out to her. Brendan, go ahead.
Our bobsled team needs John Candy. Lead them, teach them the ways.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme.
All right, Lindsey Vonn. All right. So it's a shame she got injured. I know she tried to tough it out, but
I don't like how this is going to go.
I just think she's overrated. I'm tired of hearing about Lindsey Vonn every Winter Olympics. Oh man, she's such a great skier, and there we go. She's going to favorite for the gold. She's won 3 medals in her career. She only has 1 gold, okay, and that's in 2010. So then she won a bronze in 2018. Okay. I just, I think she's just more fanfare and a face than anything else. So
I was not prepared for a Lindsey Vonn takedown.
I was not either.
Lindsey Vonn slander here. So I'm tired of hearing about it. And she, her career just went downhill, no pun intended, after Tiger. So
I knew Tiger was going to come in this conversation somehow.
Unbelievable.
Do I have to drop the disclaimer? The rights and views of the show do not necessarily, or Brendan don't necessarily reflect those of the Chasing Points podcast.
Yeah, I'm just glad we're an hour and 8 minutes in.
No one's listening now. Yeah.
People are going to definitely just fade off, so they're probably not going to hear this part. So that'll be good.
Sorry, Lindsay.
Oh Lord.
I'm sorry, Lindsay. Look, I have no rebuttal.
I got nothing, man.
I have nothing for that. I have nothing for that. Just
kick your ass with one broken leg.
I will say, have you seen the? I was watching the men's luge.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Luge.
And I just think that is probably the most terrifying event that I've watched.
I would say,
first off,
skeleton's worse because they're head first.
Yeah, going head first.
Yeah, I hate that. But the fact that they have the spikes on their gloves first, and they kept zooming in on this, I was like, what type of Edward Scissorhands shit are we looking at first, right? And realizing, I was like, why do they have that? Why do they have it? I'm like, could it not like push in and like get them in their fingers? Like I had so many questions as an adult worrying about that, and I was like, oh, that's for the grip when they're so they're Wolverine and they're just getting themselves down. I got it now. I understand. But the fact that these dudes, I think it was from Japan, like he ended up like hitting the side of it at like 80 miles per hour and then put his skates down and got up at the end and was just like all smiling. I was like, I would not be happy bumping into anything at 80 miles per hour.
No.
I'm good.
It's my main question when watching the Olympics. Like, how do you get into this sport? How do you say, hey, I'm gonna luge. This is my calling. This is what I'm gonna dedicate my life to. That's just the question I ask every time I watch this.
I mean, it's definitely like location specific, right? I mean, a lot of these guys and girls are from, Colorado or places where, you have longer winters and facilities where you can actually do these types of things. I mean, I'm sure not a lot of people from Florida are skeleton, riders or whatever they call them. So, yeah.
Well, the flip side of that, Brendan, you have the Haitian guys that were apparently adopted by people from a different country, and they're doing like skiing. Because when I saw Haiti, I was like, well, this doesn't make any sense. There's no snow here. What is going on? Mm-hmm. So I guess they just go and they become transplants to wherever they go where the snow is. So
yeah, it's wild.
I don't know.
It's wild.
Very interesting.
Hayes, the speed skating you were referring to is short track.
Thank you. Okay.
With like
there you go.
Yeah, hands behind their back, just chilling, just out here like this. Boom, boom.
Typically dominated by like
I love
Korea,
the
Japan.
Why do that?
Those guys are so small and they just like ease their way in, and it's pretty wild. Yeah,
I'll call you Stat Boy, Brendan.
There you go. I remember Apollo Antonono.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Shout out.
Wow, that's a throwback name.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say one of my favorite parts of every Olympic is just learning about these small countries that can't even point to on a map. Yeah. And I also loved it this year. Like, it was confusing at first because you would see the name first, and I didn't realize it at first. I was like, what country is this? And then I realized it was in Italian, and I was just like, oh, that's what it is. It's the Italian portion of it. But also just seeing these small countries that if you asked me to point it out on there that I've never ever heard of, and I'd never ever be able to point it out anywhere on the map. So shout out to those countries for showing up and letting us know that you exist. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Men's ice hockey kicks off on the 11th, so USA on the 12th. So
look forward to that.
Yeah, very excited for that.
Who's ranked number 1 in the world right now? Is it Canada?
Canada is
probably the favorites. Yeah. Sweden is always really good too. Finland. Yeah. US has a really solid roster too. So, we saw what they did last year during the Four Nations, right?
Yep. Which is phenomenal.
Which was awesome. The Chuck brothers are back at it on the Olympic team too. So they're going to be wreaking havoc. The Olympic game is typically not as physical, especially in the earlier rounds, but there's no fighting and stuff like that. But I'm sure they're gonna bring the physicality, which is always entertaining.
The rink's bigger too, right?
It is a little bigger. Yeah. Well, yeah. USA Canada gold medal would feed families.
Be a rematch of was it Vancouver? Crosby overtime winner. So that was the last medal the men's team won.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of feed families, I'm gonna go feed myself. So Sam, please close this out here.
You know what? I'm gonna do something unprecedented here. I'm throwing it to Harrison to close the show.
Oh
yes. God. I just had one last note as we go say goodbye. 2 Bird Super Bowl winners in a row now. So as I've said, go Birds all year. It's just another thing that's come to fruition. So think about this for next week's show. Who will be our Bird winner next year? It will be the 4th Bird to win all time. We had the Ravens, the Eagles, now the Seahawks. I don't know. Cardinals up next? No. No, yeah. So for episode, it's my first time doing this. So for episode 201, I am Playoff Harry for Brendan, Brandon, and Sam. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Not bad for your first time.
Thank you.
You still suck, though. Bye, everybody.
See ya.